Hello Leo, my name is Alison and you are with Healing Dove Tarot. Leo, we're going to have a look at the love energy surrounding you from the 19th to the 25th of November. Bit of a heads up, Venus is now direct, so she normally, whenever any planet goes direct, there's a little bit of a lag, and she went direct on the 16th. So you can expect a little bit of a delay between there and there'll be an overlap of this week, okay? And I say that because Venus, the whole point of her going retrograde is about us having a deeper look at our intimate relationships and what it is that we want to give and receive, right? It's meant to be a shake-up. It's also a chance to revisit things from the past. And that's why past lovers can come back during this period. Now, we also have Mercury going retrograde. Venus goes direct, a couple of hours later, Mercury goes retrograde. So Mercury being planet of communication, all speaking about technology, but predominantly when it comes to love, communication. It going retrograde can also mean that people from the past will come up, or things that haven't yet been done will continue to. It's like giving us another chance to sort of either close the door or start something new. But there's a lot here, Leo, so let me get started. As you begin this week, starting the 19th, you have the Eight of Swords coming up. Now, eights and the Eight of Swords in particular speak about, the Eight of Swords speaks about this feeling of entrapment, okay? And you can see in the illustration on the card, it's like she looks mummified, like she feels like there's no way out. Yet, if she would only just open her eyes, she would realize that there is. And what's interesting is that you have two eights here. You have the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So it's very much, eights are very much known as a karmic number. It's like a number of infinity, intuition speaking. The Eight of Cups in the reverse, in the upright, speaks about moving on, right? Emotionally moving on from something. The Eight of Swords speaks about mentally feeling like you can't. So I feel like you mentally feel like you can't move on from an emotional connection. For some of you, it's like you may feel like you want to end something and start something new, but you're just not quite there yet. What I will tell you though, Leo, is that by the end of this week, so as you get to the full moon, this cycle, if you haven't completed it already, and you'll know if this reading is for you, okay? By now you already know if I'm talking to you. If you haven't made that choice, the universe is going to come in and make it for you, because you go into the next week with the Six of Swords, and this is mentally moving on, okay? So even though it's a 6, and this is an 8, right? So you think you're going down, not progressing forward. This speaks about not being able to make a decision and a choice, and this speaks about actually making the decision and choice. And what's interesting is that I really feel like you finally get to that point because you want this brand new beginning, this new start. Okay, you have the Ace of Wands coupled with the Ace of Swords. So it's like a brand new passionate beginning when it comes to love, but it's also having clarity that that's what you want, okay? And for some of you, it could just be about reconnecting with your partner if you're committed. It's about making that choice to leave the past behind and not bring it up again and move forward. For others of you, it's because there are two people, okay? You could be dating two people and it's like you still don't know which one to choose, A or B, you know? And for others, it could be that you're in a relationship where you've been unhappy for a very long time and there's someone else that's come along and they've kind of reignited this spark, this flame, this passion, kind of got you excited again and thinking about, you know, like I said to you in the beginning, what is it that we want to have and give when it comes to our intimate relationships? Now, in terms of signs, I do have a very strong Capricorn, male or female. And it's repeated energy. So I'm seeing Capricorn a lot. Yeah, Leo, Capricorn's pretty much what I'm getting. Maybe a Taurus or a Virgo, but Capricorn. So for some of you, you're dealing with a Capricorn. For others of you, because I have the card of the Devil here, and that's in Tarot, the Capricorn is represented by the sign of Devil, okay? It could be that you're obsessing over someone that you don't have a connection with, but you would very much like to connect with when it comes into a romantic sense, okay? You could be stalking their social media, checking them out, wanting to see what they're doing. Just wanting to be very close to this person, because the Devil card can represent obsession. It's like obsessively doing something. Or this could just be the energy of the person that you're attracted to, right? As I said, Capricorn. Or there is a younger earth sign, Taurus or Virgo. Now, the Ace of Swords is giving you clarity about this person. So as you get closer to the weekend, as I said, as you kind of get away from that full moon, I feel like you're starting to get clarity. If you are thinking about leaving one person to start something new, or leaving one person and just wanting to be free, but there's someone else that's tempting you, I feel like you're going to do it, okay? I feel like this could be very well be the week that you choose to do it, because your energies as you're coming through the full moon are the Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. This for me is a 10, right? You've got the Ace and you've got the 9 side by side. 10 of Wands, game over, I'm done, I'm out. I no longer want to do this. I no longer want to put up with your bullshit. I'm out. And I'm sorry for those that are cross-watching, you know, you're always welcome, but I'm going to tell the story exactly as I see it. Endings aren't always a bad thing. You know, obviously they're painful when love's involved and we've been with people for a long time, but sometimes they're our blessing in disguise, right? It's one way of looking at it, and I really like this kind of symbolism, is a shut door or an ending or a closed door is the universe's way of saying that's not the door for you, right? It's shutting for a reason. It's no longer the right path for you. And the reason for that is because there's something better that's more aligned to who you are. This is something that needs to happen, Leo, okay? This is a karmic cycle that you need to end. If you haven't ended it in your Venus retrograde, it's time, okay? Because it's never going to grow into what you want it to be. The cycle will just keep repeating, and you'll keep feeling like this entrapment feeling of feeling unfulfilled emotionally and mentally because you're staying with the wrong person. Now, please don't take that in the literal term and going, oh, this reader told me that I have to end my relationship. You will know to your core, to your gut, if I'm speaking to you. This is not something new, okay? I can't make the decision for you. I'm just the messenger. I'm just giving you the messages. But if I'm resonating with you and you know, and you're sitting there going, yeah, she's right. I've been thinking about it for a long time. I am really not fulfilled. I am really unhappy. Why am I staying with this person? Why do I feel a sense of obligation? Why do I feel more obligated to another person than to my own happiness? Big one, Leo. Okay, so for newly dating, just tread carefully this week. You know, I've said in all my videos, if you follow me, Venus retrograde is not the time to start something new. I feel like if it's not a Capricorn, then someone could be maybe excessively drinking, partying, taking drugs, alcohol, giving you an illusion of being grounded and being quite passionate, but really they don't have their shit together, okay? So just be careful if you're dating and you get that kind of, again, back to that gut feel, right? That I keep being drawn to this about your solar plexus, your sacral chakra. There's so much fire and passion and beautiful imagery here, but it's about in yourself, about trusting and knowing if something doesn't feel right. And if someone might be, like, let's say, excessively partying and having a good time, only you can know if that's a deal breaker for you, if that's the right decision. But just be careful because there could be that kind of energy around you. For others of you, I see a brand new beginning in love. Like, I mean, look at this. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. This is like, boom. It's just so clear and passionate and hot and everything that you want, Leo. It's kind of like really that kind of like deep, raw, like really animalistic kind of connection where you're just so physically into the person and so clear about how you feel. What's really interesting though, and I haven't really touched on this yet, is that it's coupled with the Princess of Pentacles. So this is the Knight of Pentacles, okay? The Knight of Pentacles is the only knight that completes the mission, that gets the goal. And I love the illustration of this card because it shows like fertility, abundance, right? You can literally see like the birth of something new. And I love the little shoots off here. Like, look at that. As it grows into something far more solid and grounded, okay? If you are potentially involved, Leo, or you're thinking about being involved, or you're leaving someone for an earth sign, then this is a combination that it could really work for you. Earth and fire together is a good combination, depending on what else you have in your chart. But there's something about it, it's like they ground you and you bring in the passion, or vice versa. It could just be this even exchange. But I feel like if that is where you're kind of going to, and I am being shown that, I am being drawn to that, you are moving on. If you're ending one connection and going to something else, you are moving on to far more calmer waters, where I think you'll start to feel more of that nurtured, abundant energy, as well as some pretty crazy sex. And who doesn't want that? All right, Leos, let's have some additional guidance for you. Additional guidance for single Leos. Wow, that came out fast. Yeah, very cool. Seek. And I'm not going to take the others because there's too many there. Seek. Number 9. It's the card of the Hermit. I think I mentioned Earth sign before. I said Virgo or Taurus, so it could be a Virgo as well. Definitely Earth, Leo. Additional guidance for Leo couples. What do they need to know? Couples is a resurrection in your physical intimacy. There's no other way to put it, right? And it could be like you're trying out some new stuff, like some bondage, some restraints. It could just be you're really trying to push the bedroom. Go for it. Be safe. Additional guidance for couples. Thank you. Nice. 26. Happy. Happy, happy. All right. Singles. I think I said it was Hermit, right? So I was talking about Virgo. There could be a Virgo. All right, let me read for you from the book. Quest, understand, retreat, solitude, introspection, guidance. Sometimes individuals become so engrossed in a relationship or in wanting a relationship that all perspective is lost. The relationship becomes their world and they lose sight of themselves. Well, that's a big message for couples too. This card suggests that now is the time to take a step back, either from a relationship or the desire for one, and go on an internal quest to rediscover yourself. One of my favourite sayings is, there can't be a we until there's a me. If this resonates with you, it's time to have a dialogue with your higher self and guides about who you are and what you really need in life. Wasn't I just saying that? That's like just crazy. You may be surprised by the answers. Really nice message, Leo. All right, couples. Happy, happy, happy. Because you're having lots of sex. 26. All right. Joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. Really beautiful message. There are moments in a relationship when you just feel good about whom you're with and you know that your heart is wide open. To befriend, to love and to care for another without wanting anything in return. This is the kind of happy that you just want to share. The appearance of this card in a reading tells you that joy and contentment are here now, not somewhere else or off in the future. The grass is greenest right where you stand. Be grateful and delight in your relationship. And if you are seeking one, be happy now. Happiness attracts more of it, like bees to honey. Beautiful reading, Leo. I hope you found it helpful. I loved doing it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel more than you know. And write in the description below. I read all of the comments. Thanks, guys. Take care.